What if we make the sun boat, right? And just take it out on the water. There's loads of rivers all over Duskvol. What if we get on there with a big old banner on the side that says we send £350 million a year to the demons? What if we sent it to the sun instead? Vote, send it to the Sun Temple.
How well would you think that message might go down?
Well, I presume most of the city are idiots, so pretty well.
Okay, Agatha, while Alias is unconscious for 10 minutes, John, to do anything?
I'm guessing Agatha is used to Alias's behavior by now and has seen him think before, so she was probably worried the first few times that happened, but now she's just like, okay, that's just a thing he does, you know. Whatever.
That's it. And I think when Alias comes around, he's probably over his hangover by now.
Oh, that'd be
It's
good.
not really, yeah, that's not really in the raw, but yeah, we'll let him off that harm.
The fun wants a hair of the dog. So yeah, I was just going to just shout for everyone in the temple. The sun is here and it's radiant, and we should all praise it and love it. So
Okay.
she's just like going to spread the word as a sample.
Okay, so the obviously your acolytes all look at you quizzically, and they say, yes. Okay, so Boney M looks at you and says, yes. The shrine certainly glowed. What did you hear from our master?
The glory. He told me that we should all spread the word. Let the word of the sun's glory, radiant, shining power be known throughout all of. I forget the city, the name of the city, or wherever we are. The sun, the sun, the sun. She normally only falls for beautiful spirits, but she's actually a bit smitten with the sun just because of both the indoctrination by the cult and just being overwhelmed by what she heard and saw and the glory of it all.
Okay, so Boney M continues. Well, it appears. Are you aware what it was like in the days before the sun faded? It was not an idea or an object of worship for the wise. No, it was common sense. You look up in the sky, and there it was during the entire daylight hours. Perhaps that is what you need to bring back.
Just nods, just like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's totally what we should do.
Well, we aren't a mainstream religion, but maybe you'd like to plaritarialize a little? Spread the good word?
We should all spread the word.
Good idea. Good. Well, take Alias with you.
You might have to lift me.
Yeah, most of the other acolytes are sort of nodding it. It would appear they prefer Alias in small doses.
Alias doesn't do small doses, darling. I assume about 10 minutes has passed now, and I've just sort of bolted, sat upright with bloodshot eyes. And I'm saying,
Yeah.
and then just making that noise for the next minute or so, but then eventually going, you would not believe what I saw this morning, darlings. Whew, I need to check my supplier, because I don't think that was just sleeping powder. Wow. I saw the sun. It was, well, blinding. Absolutely blinding. Anyway, it told us to go and tell everyone about the sun. And you know what? I think we should do that. Because we are, we're a temple. We should do that. And maybe we should get some donations as well. Because I think that the temple coffers are a bit low. And people should donate to the sun. They want the sun back, right? And, maybe I could buy some more powder, maybe.
Okay, so.
And get my fur coat dry cleaned. Because that's not cheap.
Okay, so you want to spread the word of the sun and try and solicit donations.
Yeah, I want to get my fur coat dry cleaned, yeah.
Alrighty, let's roll engagement then.
Oh, here we go.
Did I mention this? Basically, you're going to be basically. I thought it might be fun for you to just have to explore the entire city for your crime this time.
Since we're not breaking into anywhere, I'm going to take a light load, I think.
Okay.
Well, as far as I know.
Fair enough. Okay, Agatha, what load are you taking?
Yeah, light load.
Yeah, we're not expecting trouble. I think light load makes sense.
Alrighty. So, do you have a specific plan?
I think we should probably just head to wherever people are congregating and start talking about the sun.
Alrighty. I'm going to start a 12-piece clock, and that's going to represent, that's literally going to represent how happy the sun is with your efforts.
Oh, here we go. Did we get a boathouse? Do I remember that? Do we have a boat?
Good question.
I have this vague feeling we have a boat.
You have a boat. Your headquarters is both hidden and has a boat in it.
Okay. Have you heard of a little thing called the Brexit bus, right? What if we make the sun boat, right? And just take it out on the water. There's loads of rivers all over Duskvol. What if we get on there with a big old banner on the side that says we send £350 million a year to the demons? What if we sent it to the sun instead? Vote, send it to the Sun Temple.
How well would you think that message might go down?
Well, I presume most of the city are idiots, so pretty well. Historically, it went down well with the idiots here, so...
Okay. So is that your plan?
It might work. I mean, up to Agatha as well. Like, I don't want to make the only plan.
I want to also make the boat bright looking and kind of represent the sun and make people draw people's attention to it, make it look
grossly incandescent.
Okay, so
yeah, something like that. And also she would be thinking about if she could get help from her spirit girlfriends
okay.
in this endeavor.
Right, so your plan is basically to take your boat, convert it into a sort of advertisement banner for the sun, the good word of the sun, and just parade it around and see if that'll get everyone's attention.
Yeah, we're going to need lights, though, because obviously with the sun gone, we're going to need a cast light on it. Or we set fire to the boat. Draw attention. And none of the sensible party members are here to stop us.
Would you say this operation's particularly bold or daring?
It depends on if we set fire to the boat or not.
Well, you're a secret organisation and you're literally going to parade around in a brightly lit boat advertising yourself, so I'm going to call that bold and daring.
That sounds good,
okay,
yeah.
Does the detail expose a vulnerability or hit them at their weak spots?
I'm not sure who we're hitting.
Yeah, it's a bit hazy. I'd say no die there. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight?
I don't think I'll get much help from either a drug dealer or a prostitute on this one.
Okay, Agatha?
Are those the strange friends we have?
Yeah, under your sly friends, you should have 1 plus and 1 minus, and those are your 2 contacts.
Yeah, well, my plus is a witch, so maybe she could help tell us about a way, or give us a way to make the boats more attractive.
Okay, so you want to seek out your witch friend and see if she can help you light up the boat a bit? What do you want to roll for that?
What do I want to roll for that? I guess consort, but I have no skill in that really.
Okay, so if you have no skill, basically you're rolling at disadvantage, so you roll 2 die and take the worst result, but you can push yourself to get 1 die instead.
Yeah, I'm going to push myself.
Or if you like, you could ask for a devil's bargain.
Oh, I forgot about the devil's bargain.
Yeah, can you remind me what the devil's bargain does again exactly?
Okay, so basically a devil's bargain means you can get, instead of taking 2 stress, you can ask for a devil's bargain, and basically I'll make you a deal, which is basically a guaranteed consequence regardless of the outcome of the roll, and you can either take that or turn it down.
I've created an artist's rendition on the stream for what the boat probably looks like.
Well...
Okay, so do you want to consider a devil's bargain?
Agatha doesn't have any stress yet, so I think I could just take the stress then.
Okay, give me a d6 then.
Okay. 3.
Okay, that's a failure with complications, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
so you go.
the rolls are bad.
So you go around to the witch's house, and unfortunately, she isn't home. And unfortunately, on the way there, you find yourself accosted by some thugs. How do you want to deal with this?
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going to ask my spirit friends for help.
Okay, what do you want to roll for that?
That's just a tune. Just
Yep, that's fine. So you
communicate with them.
basically just want to sort of attune and see if you can get a ghost to sort of spook them off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you want Devil's Bargain or to push yourself?
Well, I don't think she's very well equipped to deal with thugs otherwise, so I think I should maybe take a devil's bargain on this.
Okay, so Devil's Bargain, you can have an extra dice, but one of the thugs will remember you.
No, that's okay.
Okay then.
I mean, Agatha is easily remembered.
That's fair. Okay, so roll me 3d6 then, please.
3d6. Well, 4.
Okay, so you rolled a 4. Okay, so that's a success. So you sort of tune into the ghost field. A few ghosts manifest. The bugs take one look at the ghosts and, well, they're out of there. Because, as anyone would know, unless you have a specific ability not to, you can barely even look at ghosts. So
Yes, thank you, girls. That's how we do it.
I've had an idea how I might be able to use a contact, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, what if I...
Oh, well, we'll just resolve this first.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood.
Sorry. So, as they run away, a short man locks eyes at you, and he's going to remember your face. He's going to remember this, and he's probably going to be quite angry. And it's basically a success with a complication.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I think he also notices the sigil of the sun you have on you. I'd assume that you have that somewhere around your person. Wait.
Yeah, she's got like a big sun necklace, I think.
Yep. And as he runs off, you can hear him mutter, "I think the whispers might want to know about this one." Wait, sorry, not the. I think the wraiths might want to know about this one. Okay, so for those not keeping track, the wraiths was the gang whose members you well, not you personally, but a couple of other members of your cult pretty much massacred last episode.
Massacre is a strong... I mean, we didn't.
Okay, you commanded the sassy robots to massacre them for you.
Yeah, there's a difference, all right? There's a difference.
Yeah, that might have consequences later. Okay, so Alias, what were you up to?
So, I've got my old pal Nyrix, right? Who's a prostitute, right? So what if I convinced her and some of the other girls that I've met in my time as... both previously in my time in the theatre and in my time, occasionally jobbing as a prostitute. What if I convinced them to get on the boat, and just do some, like, dances and that sort of thing? Just, attract some attention.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Turning it into a regular...
Just a real party boat.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. That was absolutely the word I was looking for, nothing else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so, what do you want to roll to... What do you want to roll to gather some recruits?
I really feel that's either consort or sway, but I'm desperately going to try consort.
Yeah, I'll say that's consort because, they're sort of people you know-ish, so yeah, I'll let you have consort.
Okay, let's go. That one's cocked. Oh, and it's shit. Never mind. That's a 4.
Okay, success with complications. So you're able to ask around and round up some friends of yours, but obviously, they're not going to do it for free, so, they're going to want,
They're not known for it, are they?
I think, let's call it a total of 2 coin for their services.
Okay, I don't have any coin.
Oh dear.
But...
you could always use the, orders coffers.
That's true, and I might do that.
Well, it's all a name for
it's
filling the coffers anyway.
It's for the greater good. I don't know how many our coffers have, but it must have more than 2.
See, according to your playbook, you have 4 coin, which is the most you can store, to be fair.
Well then, yeah, we'll pay 2 coin. I'm basically presumably because I'm not carrying it with me. I'm like, you know, I'm good for it, darlings. You know, I'm good for it. Don't worry. Come back to the temple. We'll give you the cash for it. I mean, you need to come out round anyway to get on the boat. It'll be fine, darlings. It's not like you're doing anything at the moment, right? In the day, please.
Yeah, they roll their eyes, shrug, and they take the job.
Okay, I'm gonna walk back. You know, like hand in hand. Skipping, I don't know.
Okay, right. Okay, so the engagement roll. Not that sort of engagement, I hasten to add.
No, I can't be tied down like that.
Right. Okay, so engagement. Okay, so it's bold and daring. So 1 dice for that.
Nice.
1 for sheer luck. So that's 2 dice so far. No particular vulnerabilities or weaknesses.
Are you sure?
Well, I'm being generous here. I suppose you could say you're taking on the entire city effectively, so we could take the die away if you like.
No, actually, no. I would like the die, please.
Okay, that's 3 die total. Any other elements you want to consider? No, not really. I think that's okay. So I'm rolling 3d6 for your engagement roll. Ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
You hear the dice clickety clacking. Okay, that's a 1 and 2 5. So, yeah, that's a fairly decent roll, and that's a success with a complication. So then, you ride your party barge. No, what are you calling your boat?
Oh, that's a good one.
Like the Sunship, the Solar Express, the
Solar Express. Oh, I like that.
Sunny Ho was what I had in mind.
the what? Sorry.
The Sunny Ho.
The Sunny Ho. Oh, yes. Let's do that. It's the
Okay.
Sunny Ho.
Okay, so the Sunny Ho sets sail down the canals, and of course you draw a bit of attention. Now everyone looks at it, they look at the sigil, they look at the dancers, and it sticks in their minds. That's the good news. You want the bad news?
I'm on the boat, but what's the other bad news?
Okay, the other bad news is of course it sticks in their mind, and you're supposed to be a covert cult. So yeah, I'm afraid that's going to be
I mean, Daddy's son wanted us to spread the word. There's not much we can do.
yep. Let's just call that. I'm feeling nice. I'll just give you 1 heat for that.
Okay.
But yeah, 2 of the 12 notches on the counter are now filled.
Mm.
Okay. So as you ride your boat along the canals, you actually notice people are paying quite a lot of attention to the sigil of your god, and they just sort of seem to look. They just sort of look at it, but they don't actually sort of recognise it, even if they obviously it's been spam. It's in a few places around the city, and Agatha, you can see just when someone looks at it, there's just sort of a very faint glow to them in the ghost field, almost as if the sigil itself is doing something. How would you like to continue?
Agatha is just very confused, and she's like, "What are my friends doing?" And she wants to attune with the ghost field.
Okay, so you want to try and attune to the ghost field. What are you actually trying to achieve?
Learn about what is going on.
Okay, since you're not
with the
being
people.
okay, since you're not being specific, I'm going to say you're in a control position, but I'm going to say it's low effect because you're not really looking for anything specific. So it's a low risk roll at least. Okay, do you want to push yourself?
Yeah, sure. I'll push myself.
Okay, that's 2 stress. Give me 3d6 then, and tell me the highest result.
You won't believe it, but I got 3-6.
Seriously? Well,
Satan's roll.
Yep, in Blades in the Dark, that is a crit. 2 6s is a critical roll.
Nice.
So, yep, critical success, so we'll just ignore the limited effect. And okay, so it's unambiguous to you. Is whenever someone sees the symbol, not only does it not actually sort of openly register with them, but it it has some sort of effect on them. Well, it's they basically seem to think about the sun in terms of as the sun. They think of the daylight as in sunshine and even in the dim twilight. So it seems that the key to your success is actually that sigil.
Okay.
And and showing it to as many people as possible. Oh, and since you rolled a crit, I'll say as you sort of attune to the ghost field, you find maybe it enhances a bit, so you don't draw so much attention. So let's just give you another 2 notches, so you're on 4 of 12 now.
On 4 of 12 of what?
Basically the clock, just to appease the sun.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So we need people to look at our sigil. What if... So we've got it painted on the boat, I assume, right? And it's pretty easy to see on the boat, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so you know my plan earlier that was a joke, that we set fire to the boat? I think this now might be a good idea.
Okay.
Because everyone will come over to look at the fire and they'll see the sigil and the magic will happen, right?
Well, one, burning a boat might draw some attention to you, and two, where you obviously you're not going to have a boat anymore.
Well,
I mean, okay, you'll still have the facilities for a boat, and you'll be able to replace it eventually. But if you burn down your boat, I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to say you'll burn down your boat.
no price is too great, and it's okay. I took out an insurance thing on it, so don't worry about that. But yeah, no, it's all right. We'll get Nyrix and Dolores and Agatha, and we'll get Bum Civilian and whatever the other prostitutes' names are. We'll get them off the boat safely, and I've got just something that says demolition tools, which I'm sure will set a fire.
Okay, so first things first.
I've also got a lantern. That'd be easier.
Want to elaborate on the insurance policy?
Oh, that was a joke. I don't have an insurance policy on the boat.
Okay.
I should have taken one out there.
If you want to try and flashback or roll something.
Oh yes, I would. I would love to flashback to get to have taken out a really dodgy insurance policy on the boat, like just pure insurance fraud.
Okay, who do you approach for your insurance?
I have a feeling that actually the Nyrix would probably have known someone who was good for giving out like pretty no questions asked insurance, you know, having worked previously in various theaters and all that.
Okay, what do you've got to persuade someone to give you a decent insurance policy, and obviously I'm not going to necessarily assume you were planning to burn down the boat from the start, but you probably have that air about you, so what are you going to use for this?
I'm going to have to use sway, and if there is a devil's bargain, I will accept it.
Okay, devil's bargain. I'll let you have an extra dice roll, but let's just say, obviously you're not going to get a clean away of this, so word will spread around, and you might have trouble getting a loan again.
All right.
I mean, definitely.
I'll take that.
Okay.
I'll take that bargain.
Okay, give me 3d6 then.
Here we go. That is a 5. Why am I never getting 6s? Come on.
Okay, successive complications, so yep, the boat is fully insured.
I'll add that to my inventory.
Yeah, when it burns down, you're going to get fully repaid, and I'm sure you'll be able to sort. But consequence. Basically, there'll be a few while you'll actually get the insurance payouts. There'll be a lot of poking around, so that's going to be an extra notch of wanted, I think.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so you're on 5 wanted now.
Oh Christ. How much stress do I take for that flashback?
You know what, you can just have 1 stress for that because it was quite a good flashback.
Okay, I'll take that. There we go.
Okay, and now how are you going to burn down the boat?
So I've got either a lantern or some demolition tools, but as I am flashy, I'm very tempted to use the demolition tools. I'm assuming includes something that will cause an explosion.
Yep, I'll say that's some explosives in there.
Okay.
So that's going to be 2 of your 3 light load slots.
Yeah.
So you're just going to you're going to let everyone off and blow up the boat.
Yeah, I'm going to try and make it sort of sound loud, but not do too much damage. Set a slow fire so it's grabbing attention, like for as long as possible.
Okay, since you're using up equipment for that, I'm not going to make you roll for it. There's a huge ear-splitting explosion. Since the cults are clear of it, you don't draw any extra suspicion. and obviously a lot of people have turned their attention and taken the sigil. So, yep, I'd say 6 out of 12 there. You're halfway there.
Nice.
Living on a prayer. Okay, this might be going a bit faster than I expected.
I'm sure we'll slow it down again.
Okay, so you're halfway towards appeasing your god. You know the sigil, exposing the sigil to as many people as possible is what you need to do. What's next?
Agatha, what do you think? We've got to convince people, but preferably without them knowing it's us.
Can I ask or compel the spirits to show the sigil in the sky or something like that?
I mean, obviously you're communing with ghosts, so they can't move the earth, basically. But you could, yeah, how about, I'll let you try it, but it'll have limited effect, because it's, one of the things for effect is you take into account is scale, and obviously a massive message in the sky is quite a big scale.
Yeah, let's try that then.
Okay, presumably you're using a tune for this, so you pushing yourself?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, that's 2 stress then, and roll me 3d6 then.
That's a 5.
Okay, 5, that's partial success. So you sort of compel the ghosts to try and create the image of a sigil in the sky. A few sort of nearby spirits sort of shrug, and a faint glowing sigil appears, and I guess sort of everyone in the street sort of looks up, sees it, and that's your 7th notch. But there's a consequence. So as you look down from creating the sigil, you look across. Oh, by the way, whereabouts in the city are you at the moment?
I guess we got dropped off near the temple, or didn't we? I don't know. Where did we get dropped off from the boat?
Okay, so you're still in 10 towers.
Yeah.
Yay. Who did I decide would be there? Okay, so you just catch as you look down, you just catch a glimpse of a hooded figure wearing a mask. Basically, you know, if you look at someone, you realise they've just been staring at you. Basically, you just get that impression just as they turn around and rush off. And from the mask, from the outfit, you can clearly tell they're a member of the Wraiths.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Does Agatha know about the history with the Wraith?
Would she? Alias was present, so I'd know if
I probably would have told everyone. I'm not exactly secretive.
Yeah, you probably know why they might be a bit miffed with you. Of course, they don't actually know what happened, but they do know. Oh, that reminds me. I'm just going to roll a die to determine who they're actually concerned about, because there was more than one group of Wraiths in the crypt. Okay, so ironically enough, they're actually interested in the group you didn't kill. Good news.
Good.
Yay! Slightly concerned, but she doesn't exactly know what to make of it, so she kind of just shrugs it off and goes on. She thanks spirits for showing the sigil. Thank you. I'll make it up to you later.
You damn well better.
You know, it's for it, girls. Wink. And she like, I don't know if she speaks out loud to the spirits, but she doesn't actually wink. She communicates the word wink.
A spiritual wink.
I'm still with the prostitutes, right? Can I try and convince them that all the money was on the boat?
Oh my god. Okay, what's your roll for that?
I would guess sway.
Yes, Sway, because you're basically lying to them now. Do you want to push yourself? Just to check, how much stress are you both on?
I'm on 5 out of 8. 5 out of 9 even.
I'm
Yep.
on 6 since I pushed myself 3 times, I think.
I'm wondering,
Yeah.
can I count this as cloak and dagger as I'm confusing or deflecting suspicion using covert misdirection of burning a boat down?
I'm afraid you have to be throwing off a disguise to use that.
It says a disguise or other form of covert misdirection. Does a burning boat count as that?
Yeah, I guess you're committing insurance fraud. Go for it.
Yay! Fraud. Oh, finally a 6.
Oh, just the 1 6, just to be clear.
Yeah, just one, not critical.
Okay, that's a complete success.
Imagine if
Yeah,
I'd
your
crit.
friends believe they lost their money.
If they'd critted, I'd have been starting to ask for donations from them to help me rebuy the boat, because of course it wasn't insured.
If there was a complication, they'd have probably noticed you blew it up.
Water because I was never.
I just pushed him straight in the water and then it exploded because I clearly am a valiant hero. I saw something happen, someone throw a bomb or something at the boat, and I pushed them in without thinking and jumped in straight afterwards.
Yeah. They all they all scatter off in different directions to track down the assailant.
Oh, that's very good of them. That's very good of them. I'll meet up later and buy him a drink to say thank you, but of course, my wallet was on the boat.
Alias, you jerk.
They'll just have to stump that one up for me.
Yes.
But they know I'm good for it.
Okay, so what's next on your agenda? At least one rival gang's got their eye on you now.
Yeah, that's worrying. I mean, I could maybe try and run misdirection to try and make them think we've gone a different way, while Agatha, you head off and get set up with your next big scheme to get more people to look at the sigil. I could maybe try and get them to follow me somewhere else and try and slip away. Give us some time.
Use for that.
Well, I have got a disguise kit, so I'm wondering if I can basically quite publicly and loudly and overtly start talking about our gracious son until I spot them following me, and then try and nip round a corner, change the sky, or nip into a building, change disguise, and come out. Something like that.
Hey, find disguise kit. That's not in italics, so you don't get that for free. So that'll be your last equipment load.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
Okay, since you're using up an equipment slot, I'll allow that.
Aw, it would be like 66 if I rolled on it. Yeah, it's probably a foregone conclusion then.
66, you say?
Yeah, because it's a fine disguise, so it adds another one, and actually it would just be sway, probably.
It'd be rude not to let you roll that.
Go on then. I think it's 5 in total, because Cloak and Dagger adds on as well. But, well, if I re-roll one, because to make 5, I literally re-rolled a 1, so it's a 6. But there are 2 1s in there. I don't know if the 2 1s count as a critical failure or not. I can't quite remember if they exist in Blades in the Dark.
Yeah, I've only seen critical success here.
Hooray! That means we're probably okay. Good.
Yeah, no mention of
Otherwise, Alias is about to die.
Yeah, you're fine. You succeed completely, and they run off in the opposite direction.
Way! I'll try and make my way back, but I presume Agatha's found a good place.
Yeah. Speaking of, which is the actual direction? Agatha?
So yeah, Agatha goes back to the temple and she looks around or asks the acolytes if they have any paint or craft supplies and paper to paint the sigil around town, or create flyers or posters or something with the sigil on it, so we can distribute the sigil around the city.
They
Tag him properly.
They don't exactly have a printing press, but there's a lot of them, and well, there's not a lot of them, but there's a fair few of them. So working together after a couple of hours, they can give you a stack of it's just literally just paper with the symbol written on it, and it just says the words "Praise the Sun." That'll be enough. If someone sees that, that'll sort of that'll put the idea in their head without drawing attention specifically to your little cult. What do you want to do with them?
Well, we need a way to distribute them. I can't ask the acolytes to do that as well.
They can pan the pavement. There's actually rules for having your cohorts do things. So
we used it to such good success in the first session as well. Just disappeared, merged into it like it's Assassin's Creed or something at the end of the heist.
Yeah, that was legitimately amazing. Okay, so using a cohort. When you send a cohort to achieve a goal, roll their quality to see how it goes. Or a PC can oversee the maneuver by leading a group action. If you direct the cohort with orders, roll command. If you participate in the action alongside the cohort, roll the appropriate action. The quality of any opposition relative to the cohort's quality affects the position and effect of the action. So basically, you can either send them off on their own and it'll use their quality rating, which is...
I have a vague feeling they were fine, but I might be wrong.
Your cohort quality is equal to your crew's tier.
Tier
what tier is
2, I believe, because we put some more upgrade points into it last session, which only happens when you go up a tier, right?
Yep, tier 2, so that means, your acolytes are tier 2, so that'll be 2d6 on their own, or you could, have one of you could actually lead them in doing it.
Well, I'm not here, so it's up to you, Agatha.
To lead them.
Okay, so you're going to lead them, Agatha. Okay, you can either roll command, or you can choose a more appropriate, skill for that.
Agatha is good at commanding. She's going to command them.
Yes.
She's going to tell them, we must do this because the sun has told us so, and because if we don't, the spirits won't forgive us, and they will haunt you.
That is a credible threat, in fairness.
Yeah, that is, yeah. Okay, so, since they're your cohort, I'll roll for you. Oh, just one aside, if you're not going to push yourself or you take a devil's bargain, you're basically getting the same roll, send them off on their own if you'd rather do that. Unless you'd actually rather be there to supervise.
I thought I was just going to get an extra die roll. I don't know if I should push myself because I already have 6 stress.
I will say,
let's see.
I do have a madcap scheme for when I get back, if you want to join in on that. I can't say because I'm not back yet, but it is madcap.
I was going to take a devil's bargain.
Ooh.
Take a devil's bargain to command them. Okay, so you're going to go out with them and, okay, command them. Okay, devil's bargain. Someone will notice you, but I can promise you it won't be the wraiths. How's that sound?
That sounds good enough.
Okay, since you're doing it, I'll let you roll 3d6 then, please.
Yay, 3 5s.
Okay, so that's a partial success. So, yep, they go out, hand out their leaflets successfully. So that's, yeah, we'll call that another 2 notches. So that's 9 out of 12 filled. But basically, there's a lot of hustle and bustle. And they're quite fed up of getting called names, or they basically get called names and made fun of, and all the sorts of things people do when they're handing out leaflets. So when they get back, they're not really in the mood for doing anything else.
Agatha thinks she's asked enough of them, and she gives them all a pat on the back and says, "Good job, thank you all so much. We really needed the support. The sun god and the spirits will be happy with you."
Okay. Oh, and but of course, the devil's bargain. You see, well, you can clearly tell they're not a wraith because they're not wearing a mask, or you don't get a good look at them. But a hooded figure, as you greet them as they return, a hooded figure is watching you and slinks off. It appears there's a lot of watching and slinking going on.
Agatha remarks aloud, "Gee, hoods are sure the fashion nowadays, it seems. Maybe I should start wearing them."
Yeah, to be fair, wearing a hooded cloak is basically a fairly common fashion in Duskwall.
Well, she hasn't been there very long, so she's
Fair.
not very acquainted with it yet. And also,
Well.
she doesn't usually pay very much attention to what goes on in the mundane world.
There's no sexy ghosts, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
And she has her own fashion style, so yeah, that's just her thing. She doesn't usually pay attention to how other people look.
I mean, you gotta be yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you going to do next? You just going to wait for Alias, or do you have another plan in mind?
Yeah, she's kind of out of ideas, and she's hoping Alias will come back and think of something good.
Okay, Alias.
I'm going to throw the doors open and rush past in a whirlwind of fur and piss. And I'm going to shout, "Paint, paint, 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 darlings, 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 where's the paint, where's the paint? We've got some paint around, right? Right? Right?" It struck me when I was eluding those thugs. I looked up and I saw, GM, this is a question for you. What is the tallest building in Duskvol? And I saw it. I just saw it there, the tower or whatever it is. Big Marvin or whatever the largest clock tower is, the most visible building. Let's get up there and paint the bloody orb on it. Everyone will see it and we'll have done it. Easy.
Oh, escalating to graffiti already, eh?
Straight on the front of whatever the tallest clock tower is, or whatever the most looked at building is. There's got to be a big clock tower somewhere.
We've got Brightstone, the wealthiest district.
Brightstone, yeah.
Full of cops, of course.
It has to be Brightstone. The moment you say Brightstone, it has to be Brightstone.
Yeah, that does actually fit, doesn't it?
Alias will accept nothing else.